Hey, what's up, guys? So I've been feeling kind of disappointed by the industry at large. You've probably noticed even a lot of my videos, I've been feeling pretty grumpy, right? A lot of my reviews about these different detectors, I've had complaints about all sorts of things, right? And I've been sitting here wondering, like, what's going on? Are my standards too high, perhaps? Am I being kind of unreasonable with my expectations? I don't think so. In fact, we've been having a lot of discussions about this on the forums recently of like kind of what's going on with the state of the industry lately with different detectors and different companies. I also had a write-up recently kind of taking a look at different custom installed radar detectors. I'm off to the shop right now. We're doing the Uniden R9W install and the EV9. And as part of that, I was kind of looking at like all the different custom installed radar detectors to decide, which one I wanted to go for. I'd kind of narrowed it down between the Uniden and then the Escort, the Redline CI360C, ultimately decided on the Uniden. It's not perfect. None of these are, but I felt like that was kind of the best compromise and approach as far as what I've seen. As far as the different radar detectors, I've been looking at them and I'm like, you know what? I haven't found a single one where like I'm completely satisfied, where it ticks all the boxes that I'm looking for. And look, to be fair, nothing is perfect. Just like with no person is perfect. I'm not perfect. We all have our pros and cons. Everything is a compromise. I get it, And it's easy to sit here and just be like an armchair quarterback and be like, oh yeah, just do this, just do that. No big deal, But like anything, easier said than done. And so, anyways, I've been sitting and looking at this and I'm just like, you know what? I'm actually not really enjoying a lot of the radar detector stuff the way that I used to. And I don't do this for the money. I mean, yes, this is my job now in a sense. I do this to pay the bills. But like fundamentally, I do this because I love radar detectors. I love making videos and all that. This is what I think about on the drive right now. I'm just thinking about this stuff. And so I kind of wanted to just sort of take a quick step back and look at a lot of the different companies and detectors overall, kind of like the state of how things are. So I'm obviously a radar detector enthusiast. I know a lot of people who are watching this, you're spending your free time watching YouTube videos about radar detectors. There's you guys hanging out on the forums, like we're enthusiasts, right? But is there a radar detector and a company for enthusiasts? Yes and no. Like Escort, for example, you look at a lot of their detectors and think, are they for enthusiasts? Maybe at times they've tried to do that, but you look at their detectors and you're like, why isn't the performance up to par? Why are there all these issues that are just not getting addressed? I kind of wonder, is it related to Escort over the years getting traded between different venture capital funds? Like, what's going on with the management? Like, I don't know. We can sit here and speculate, but like the fact of the matter is when you look at the detectors, I think they're kind of going for being like the easy to use, plug and play, auto lockouts, Wi-Fi and all that kind of stuff, where if it worked well, I think it would fit the bill for like kind of the general purpose customer. Maybe the enthusiast with the red line, but like doesn't fit the bill in its current form, and it's taken, in my opinion, way too long for all that stuff to get fixed. Redenso, I know they came out, they're like, hey, we're making radar detectors for enthusiasts, we're run by enthusiasts. And for a while, yeah, that actually seemed to be the case. But then you look at like the Redenso RCM, that's an out-of-date detector at this point. Same thing with the Pro M. The DS1 is just kind of like maybe their best windshield mount radar detector. But the Uniden's a little bit better. That one's not super appealing, and I don't know. Thea, of course, is like the big one that we were all super excited about. That was years ago where it got announced. Obviously super exciting and revolutionary and amazing tech, and I'm still holding out, please, one day, like, get it working and release the thing, But like, how many years has it been now where they've kind of left us in the dark of like, oh yeah, it's coming, and then just, they're not giving us any updates, they're not releasing it. So like, how seriously should we take it? And the more time goes on, the more people are just like, man, it's vaporware, whatever. And like, as much as I want to hold out and be like, man, I want this because I want a detector like that, where do you draw the line? So that one's kind of out for now. Okay, well, what about Uniden? When they first came out, they came out guns blazing. Like the DFR7, that was the LRD 950 back in the day, and then the R3, it blew away everything else. That was incredible as far as the features and the performance for the money. Like, incredible detector, still a legendary detector to this day. And they've continued to innovate and develop with like the R4 and the R4W and all that kind of stuff. But you're looking at them today and you're like, what's going on with Uniden? It's not like it was when they first hit the field, when they came onto the scene. It's like, okay, well, what's going on with some of the firmware updates? What's going on with the product releases, with the W models, with 2.4 gigahertz but not Wi-Fi? Why are you kind of screwing over some of your customer base with the R4 and the R8 with like not releasing the laser jammer support? Why is the laser jammer stuff so broken upon launch? Why isn't that getting addressed, even though we've discussed that with Uniden and their engineers for literally years? Why is it in its current state? What's going on with like the update software? Why the lockouts? Like, what's going on with the distributors and how they're treating their customers. Why aren't they opening up their Bluetooth API? Why are they actually kind of going against third-party developers? They used to like have more of a partnership there, and now they're like, we're not going to support third-party devs. Like, it's just so many of their decisions. You're like, what the heck is going on here with this company and their decisions? Anti-collaborative. It's not. They're not supporting their customers the same way, and like what they're doing with their distributors, dealers. Just the whole thing is like, this is not good. You know, I'm like, all right. So there's that. Valentine may at this point be the best one. Like, they're no drama, no mess, no fuss. Like, it may take them a little while to release their firmware updates because they do a lot of testing and stuff, but when they release it, you usually don't see a ton of like big issues and bugs and stuff, you know? And I suppose like with Mike Valentine's unfortunate passing a couple months ago, that certainly, you know, raises some question marks as far as the future of the company. Totally understandable. But even if, let's say, the V1 never gets updated ever again, it's still running it here. Like, it's a solid detector. It's a great option, even in its current form. And I would love to see things like, you know, a frequency display and photo radar detection would be great, and GPS built in, so you're not relying on the apps. Like, all the discussion about the V1, but like, it's not that big of a deal to tie it in with an app. And so I'm kind of wondering, should like the V1 at some point start to become the default recommendation, especially among enthusiasts? But what about like the everyday driver, you know, just like, all right, let's grab an app. Here's your tutorials on V1 Driver, V1 Companion, JBV1, Highway Radar, whatever app you want to use to add in the functionality. It's a great app as well, or a great detector and a great package. So I prefer like V1 Companion on iOS or JBV1 on Android, but of course you've got choices, you know? So I'm like, maybe that would be a good option. The Bluetooth updating, super easy to do. Great, you know? And so I'm like, maybe that should be the way to go, is just like the default recommendation, because I don't want to have to deal with all the drama and the just like, I just want to, at this point, I do this long enough. I was like, I just want a good detector that works, you know? Like, pick any detector off the shelf or turn on any detector here in the car. Like, I just want something that works, you know? Going to the grocery store, taking the kids to school, it's like, I just want it to work. And I don't know if anything quite fits that bill. I want a recommendation to be like, you know, here's the best one. It's just simple and it's easy. It's like, yeah, go grab this one without a bunch of fanfare. And so I don't know if there is one to this day. I would love to see that. And I'm just kind of sitting here and I'm like, I don't want to keep, you know, spending time making videos complaining about all the weaknesses that may or may not get fixed. Like, I don't want to be the grumpy old man who's like armchair quarterbacking. I'm just like, just do this. And other companies don't do it for whatever reason. All right. And so I'm like, okay, what are the alternatives? I've kind of said my thing. I've talked about all these detectors a bunch of times. Maybe I'll do another comparison video at this point of like, you know, the best detector and kind of stuff. And there's a couple other videos that I still want to do. Like, I love radar detectors, don't get me wrong, but like, I kind of wonder if I should focus more on other niches where there's more innovation, more development. Like with dash cams, for example, there's actually a lot of really cool stuff that's coming out this year, and it takes a lot of time to do the tests and reviews. And I've been thinking about how to like expedite that process and maybe do like more smaller videos to break it up a little bit instead of like doing it big massive videos at a time. Or I've actually recently started a second YouTube channel focused on Bitcoin related tech. That's another passion of mine that I'm really into. And so I'm focused on like, you know, home miners and stuff. Basically kind of like what I do here, focused on different tech that you can play around with, tutorials and explanations and stuff. So that's something else that I've been working on that I've really been enjoying, you know? And because for me, it's like, I just want to enjoy making these videos and share awesome stuff with people that benefits everybody, to where the entire industry is benefiting and growing and developing. Like, I want everybody to benefit here. And I kind of wonder, like, how much of that can I do here with radar detectors? Just seeing what I'm seeing with the development of the detectors, things have kind of not stalled out, but we're at a place where, like, I don't know, I'm not super excited about what I'm seeing, and I don't want to just sit online and complain and rant all day, because like, that's no fun. I'm sure the manufacturers aren't happy about me making videos just complaining and pointing out their flaws and saying, can you please fix this and 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 this. Like, that's not fun, you know? That's not enjoyable for them or for you guys, you know, watch a video and like, I don't know what to buy and everything you're pointing out stinks. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, it's just a weird position. And I mean, it's not my responsibility to fix all the detectors, and like, maybe I'll share kind of my findings and stuff, but ultimately I want to focus on stuff that I'm enjoying, that's awesome, where I'm seeing cool products, where there's innovation, there's creativity, there's development, things are working well, and they may not be perfect, but companies are really listening and they're improving stuff, and we're watching the growth and development. Like, I really want to see things continue to innovate and grow. And I feel like on the radar detector side, things have sort of started to stagnate, kind of a not so great position. K40's gone out of business. Whistler, they went out of business and then I guess got bought out by like another investment company, so they're back. Rocky Mountain Radar, I don't know why they're still in business, but like, As far as the big companies, I'm just kind of sitting here like not super impressed by what I'm seeing. Again, maybe my standards are too high. Maybe I've just kind of gotten used to things and I'm wanting more than what we already have. I don't know, but like, I don't know, this has been bugging me for a while. And so I just wanted to, since I got a little bit of time here on the drive, just sort of sit down and kind of think aloud and vent a little bit. So what do you guys think? Am I completely off base here? Am I just being, a negative Nancy? Am I complaining too much and everything's actually great and I'm completely off the mark? Or like, is there truth to this? I want to hear kind of your opinions and thoughts as well. I, again, know we've been discussing some of this in the comments or in the forums and just various places online, but I don't know, this is something that's been bugging me for a while, and just wanted to share that. Curious to hear your thoughts as well. And yeah, other than that, stay tuned for some other videos about radar detectors, but definitely more about dash cams. I want to focus on that, and then also on the Bitcoin channel. I'll link to that if you're into Bitcoin or any of that kind of stuff. You can check that out too. That's also been a fun project. But anyways, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys are doing great, as always. And I'll see you in the next one.